Hi and welcome to this video where we're going to be looking at integrating VCL applications with the new FireMonkey framework. The VCL, as most Delphi or C++ developers will know, is a layer that we develop to that enables us to interact directly with the low-level Windows control types. And this has been around for a number of years. Since 1995 it was first launched in Delphi 1, and the VCL is a fundamental application development layer that gives us a very rich level of controls that we can work and develop with. Recently Embarcadero have introduced FireMonkey as a new platform, and the FireMonkey platform looks very similar to the structure of VCL in this sense. So let's have a look. With FireMonkey we can still work through C++ Builder and Delphi in the same way that we have to the VCL before, and we can still target down to Windows, but there's also the additional ability to target macOS and iOS. Now, part of the FireMonkey framework is that a lot of the work that was originally done low down by Windows is now done by the FireMonkey engine. This means that although there's a lot of things that are very similar, we have a T button, a T edit, and so on, the messaging queues are completely different between the two frameworks. Also, the way the controls are kind of built in with tabbing and focusing works in a very similar way to us as a developer, but is handled in a very different way. So hence, mixing the two in the same application is not advised as a way forward. So to bridge the gap, this demo is going to be looking at taking a dynamic link library and keeping all the FireMonkey and the VCL stuff self-contained, and safely integrating the FireMonkey library into the VCL application. Now, to do this we need to consider the GDI+, and there's a really good article from Microsoft's developer network on the slide here that you can go and visit to read a little bit more about this. In short, all that we need to worry about on the VCL application on the main form, we just need to add winapi.gdipobj to the uses clause, and this will then enable us to call the FireMonkey library and it to initialize all the GDI plus that needs to be done within the DLL, because this needs to be done from the main application rather than the DLL itself. So let's have a look. So here we have a project that we've already started. We've got two projects within this project group that we're going to be having a look at today. The first one is the select image DLL. This is the library that I've written that contains the FireMonkey form called form images. And if we have a look at the form, we can see it designed up at design time. We've got a layout at the top here which we're going to take and dynamically load some images into, and then we click on the image, it's going to load the image into the image control at the bottom here. And then we've got a button down here with a nice reflection effect added to it that's going to work as our modal response. So the code in here, we can see this is the loading code where we remove any images that are currently loaded. We then take the current directory and we then load each image from the current directory. So this load image is just listed above here, and literally we're going to take some FireMonkey controls, check the file exists, create a layer, add the image control to the layer, and then we're going to add a float animation to this image. So as we move the mouse over, it's going to bounce, just moving. It's going to change the position Y from 0 to -15 over 0.2 of a 0.5 of a second, and it's going to automatically reverse it back afterwards. We've got some on-picture click events here, so that's going to literally load from the main image in the menu into the main image control at the bottom as the image is selected. And then we've got a function here called select picture, which creates an instance of the form, loads in the images, shows the form modally, and returns the current selected image. And we can see this here as a class function. So if we go and have a look at the source for the project, we can see here we've got the function select picture, which calls the class function of the form and returns the result back. And this is now exposed through the library and exported using the exports command. So we can see very quickly here we've got a simple DLL that enables us to call the class function of the form, to activate the form, load the images in from the folder that we've passed in, and return back which image has been selected. Along with the DLL, we have a VCL application that's consuming this DLL to access into the FireMonkey code. The VCL application has a single form here, and the form literally opens the dialog for an open picture dialog. If it's executed and we've selected a folder to return back, it carries on through, checks that the DLL is loaded, and if so, selects the image from the DLL. And that's using our unit here, load DLL. So let's have a look at this running. Here we have our VCL application. If we choose select image, this is now going to initialize the DLL. First we need to choose some pictures though, so let's go and select a picture. And we can now see that our FireMonkey form has been launched, and as we move our mouse over we're getting the nice effect of being on a FireMonkey form. And once we have chosen the right image we can choose select, and it comes back to the application with the file that's been selected.